TikTok remains a hot topic of conversation in relation to the data collection practices and influence from the Chinese government. Cybersecurity experts are concerned that the sensitive data for the large user base may be exploited. The data collected through TikTok may include user location, browsing history, and personal information. This data may be combined with information from other sources to develop complete profiles of individuals. TikTok maintains over 150 million users in the US, from content creators to business marketing. President Trump is looking into a joint venture to ensure national security while preserving Americans' use of the application. The current administration seems to be looking into this approach, exploring options that would allow TikTok to operate in the US while mitigating some of the cybersecurity risk. What are the primary cybersecurity concerns for using TikTok in a business setting? TikTok collects more data than should be necessary for normal application functionality. Cybersecurity experts have found TikTok collects location, specific device information, and a list of the applications used on the device. The average user would say most social media apps do the same thing, so there is nothing to worry about. Some are losing sleep at night thinking TikTok is a spy tool used by the Chinese government. Free social media services come with an agreement to allow the company to gather knowledge about users to advertise to them or sell data to other firms. US-based YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram collect similar data, but most feel confident the information will not be used to create a national security risk. On the other hand, China's national intelligence law requires all Chinese organizations to support, assist, and cooperate with intelligence efforts. The company that owns TikTok, ByteDance, has admitted to accessing data from journalists in the US and UK to track their locations and meetings. TikTok is building data centers in the United States to house American user data outside of China. In Europe, TikTok has hired an independent cybersecurity company to safeguard data for European users. Can TikTok be used to sway our opinions, control our thoughts, and change our political views? Chinese social networks are very censored, and any anti-government content is deleted. The Chinese version of TikTok, Douyin, has a similar format and engineering code with heavy oversight. American business should be concerned with TikTok acting as a Trojan horse strategy in a competitive global market. Chinese companies do not have to worry about American applications since many are blocked by China's government. Downloading TikTok opens the door to inject malicious Chinese software with cybersecurity risk. China collects personal data on American users that potentially may be used for espionage, identifying recruitment targets, or counterintelligence. TikTok users are downloading Chinese software that could include malware in future updates. Selling the application to a US company would reduce risk, but with a value more than $200 billion, there are few buyers available. Plus, why would anyone sell such a profitable asset? There are numerous organizations and content creators making big money on TikTok, ready to lean on the First Amendment, free speech, to fight against banning the app. If TikTok decided to use an IPO, third-party external oversight of TikTok software and updates may be implemented. The Committee on Foreign Investment in the United States review of IPOs requires monitoring data where personal data is stored, and who has access. United States information risk management is essential with users connecting to a nation well known for active espionage campaigns. TikTok content is more than food, funny dances, or twerk videos. Targeted advertising business is boosted by collecting sensitive data about users without the user sharing or saving the information. Are you comfortable with foreign adversaries having knowledge of your business device brands, models, operating systems, browsing history, application names, keystrokes, and location? TikTok collects and analyzes personally identifiable information such as age, personal contacts, and relationship status. Also, the application gathers message content and records when messages are sent, received, or read. TikTok users grant access to the microphone and camera, which may be used to pile up biometric data, including facial, iris, voice, and fingerprints. How do you know who the business is communicating with when TikTok uses software to superimpose an image on the user's face in the video? Unlike other data that is collected, biometrics represent the physical user and are generally permanent. Biometrics carry a high intelligence value, and all data stored within China may be shared with the Chinese government for intelligence purposes. All TikTok users should assume their data is being compiled with visibility granted to the Chinese government. How often does your business use TikTok to advertise products and services? The US military and some private companies have banned TikTok on business devices. If your organization does allow use of this app, it is extremely important to document an acceptable use policy for company-owned devices. The ISAC Cyber Threat Intelligence Team recommends user awareness training regarding protecting personal data while using the application. Business information security experts are proactive against the potential for TikTok to be used for espionage. Enterprise security controls should be implemented to automate application permission, data loss prevention, and internet connection options. TikTok's approach to governance and ownership are areas that must be reviewed by the cybersecurity team. If Chinese government or malicious actors are able to uncover the device of a potential spy recruit or blackmail target using TikTok, over 100 million American users are at risk. Managing TikTok-related risk for the organization will eliminate possibilities related to user error. From a political perspective, China could remove content or force content and propaganda to TikTok users. This could potentially impact US presidential elections, policymaking, and voter opinion on laws. TikTok does advertise technical and organizational protections to keep American user data away from unauthorized access. The application collects information about the videos watched, comments written, messages sent, geolocation, and contact list. Allowing age, phone number, email address, browsing history, photo, video, and device clipboard data to be stored by TikTok presents a number of organizational risks. TikTok has the ability to collect passwords and credit card numbers from the in-app browser, tracking user keyboard entries. The company claims keylogging is only used for debugging, troubleshooting, and performance monitoring, but malicious potential exists. TikTok states embedding tracking pixels on third-party websites to collect information about visitors is used in its advertising business. Facebook and Google use the same technology, but the difference is that the Chinese government could influence TikTok, not the US-based companies. According to security experts, that's more a reflection on the broad leeway companies have in the United States. We are not sure if TikTok is here to stay, but in the meantime, cybersecurity teams must stay vigilant.